Hey, beautiful mamas. Rest as moms is really, really challenging. My family and I just got back from a little staycation at my brother-in-law's vacation home in St. George, and probably because I'm reading The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry right now, rest has really been on my mind. So today I wanted to list 5 mental blocks that we have about rest and 5 possible reframes for us to try. Number 1, I don't want to be lazy. This is such a common thought when it comes to rest, and it really is such a shame. Since when did rest equate to being lazy? 2 totally different things. So rest means to cease work or movement in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength. Lazy means unwilling to work or use energy. Notice that the very definition of rest requires that you first work and then cease working, versus lazy, which is an unwillingness to work at all. Also notice the difference in purpose behind each one. Rest is done in order to relax, refresh oneself, or recover strength, so that what? So that we can work again, right? Laziness is done simply to avoid working or using energy altogether. Now we're getting a little technical about this because we need to convince our brain to let go of this idea. It's thought this for so long so that now you truly firmly believe that it's true. If I'm resting, I'm lazy. Remember, beliefs are thoughts that we think over and over again. So as you try to turn over a new leaf and incorporate rest into your days, notice when your brain is telling you that you're lazy and correct it. You know, brain, it totally makes sense why you would think that because you've thought that for a really long time. But moms are hard workers and they need rest. That right there is my reframe. Moms are hard workers and they need rest. That is true. Number 2, I have too much to do. My brain personally still offers this thought to me just about every single day. It's ingrained to my very core. Endless to-dos, that's what motherhood is all about, right? There is rarely a time when we feel on top of it all or that there's extra time to spare. Recently, a fellow YouTuber, Madison Gray, made the point that we're addicted to stress and being busy. Now, this really hit hard for me. And, being busy, yes. Stress, yes. I totally would have said that. But addicted, that took it to a whole new level of awareness for me. I knew that there was even more deprogramming that I needed to do to break out of that. I wanted to rest, I wanted to take better care of myself, but how when I'm addicted to the stress and addicted to the busyness? The reframe that I came up with is resting allows me to do more. Now this resonated with me because I still really like the idea and have the desire to get things done. It matters to me that I'm accomplishing things and my goals and doing what I set out to do. I care that my house is picked up. It's important to me that I feed my family healthy meals. I want to be spending some time with my kids and keeping up on the cleaning, right? I have things that I value and want to do. And when I tell myself that resting allows me to do more, I actually get excited about resting. I see the potential return that resting offers me. Resting recharges my batteries so that I can get back to it with even more energy. Now, mamas, will you take a second and like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're finding it useful? It really helps my channel more than you know, so thank you. Number 3, I don't want to be selfish. Ooh, don't we all know this one so well? Mom guilt is a real thing for all of us. We care about others so much that we are willing to sacrifice ourselves in so many ways for the sake of others. So naturally, anytime we're thinking about ourselves or doing something for ourselves, we tend to feel like we're being selfish. We're convinced that we should be thinking of other people 110% of the time, and if we do something for us, we're being selfish. Last week I gave you guys a really specific example of a mom day with self-care, and the reality of me resting while my kids were playing gave me the capacity to then be excited and ready to spend time with them. Rest is life-giving. It literally gives us more life than we had before. That means energy, that means patience and love, capacity, motivation, all the good things that can be enjoyed not only by us, but by our family. Cue reframe, resting gives me more capacity to serve my family. It really is that simple. The whole "you can't pour from an empty pot" is a true fact of life. Without proper rest, we will burn out. We will snap at our kids more. We will resent our family. Resting allows us to refresh ourselves and recover our strength so that we're ready to show up for them again and be our best for our family. Number 4, I don't have time to rest. Now, this one's different than the whole having too much to do thing. This comes from a place of scarcity about time. So we're going to talk for a little minute about time. Time is a concept in our mind. It's whatever we decide it is. We tend to talk about time like we talk about the weather, totally outside of our control, and it's just happening to us. When in reality, we are in complete control of what we're choosing to do with our time. So when we're reacting all day long instead of actually being intentional, we can start to believe that we don't have enough time and that that's just the way it is. However, through planning ahead of time, on purpose, how we want to spend our time, we become free to live our life deliberately and follow through with the things that we said ahead of time that we were going to do. So if we can start to prioritize rest and put it into our days, basically schedule it in, we will actually find that we have plenty of time for it, right? The time in our day is always there for the taking, many, many hours of the day. We just need to use it more wisely or more intentionally. My favorite reframe for this one is, there's always time to listen to my body. For me, this sits a little bit better than there's always time to rest, because that I can't really honestly believe most of the time. Like, I don't feel like there's always time to rest, but I have a lot easier time with the idea that there's always time to listen to my body, because that for me is a priority. Like, I want to honor my body and what it's telling me. Our bodies give us these cues that as moms, we can get really good at ignoring. After all, tired or not, the baby needs to be fed, right? We have these instincts for a reason to care for our children, which is wonderful since their survival depends on it. But if we're not careful, we can get really desensitized to the fact that our body has limits and is giving us cues all the time, and we can't forget that fact. Number 5, I just need to get through this day. Somehow, we convince ourselves that today is a uniquely busy or hard day. Today requires more of us than tomorrow will. Now, while this might be true some of the time, it easily becomes the rule and not the exception. We push ourselves to the limit day after day after day until those days turn into weeks and months and even years. Stop thinking that killing yourself today will let you enjoy tomorrow. We need to rest today so that we can enjoy today. And more importantly, we need to rest today so that we can break the cycle of all work and no rest. My reframe for this is, resting today matters. Our kids are growing every single day. They might just do something today for the very last time and never do it again. So the time you have with them right now is precious. Don't squander it working yourself to the bone. And remember that squandering can even look like giving them, your beloved children, your attention 24/7. You'll get burnt out eventually, and then that time does not count for much. I'm gonna link my bedtime bootcamp for you if you are just struggling to find any pockets where you aren't giving your kids your 24/7 time and attention. Bedtime is the key for that, and I will link this bootcamp that will be so helpful for you. Motherhood is a marathon, not a sprint. Today matters. Enjoy it to the fullest by including some rest in it. You ladies are incredible. I hope these reframes are going to help you embrace rest more so that you can truly create the life that you really want for yourself. I would love to help you one-on-one with anything you're struggling with right now. Just set up a free coaching call with me using the link in the description. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you very soon.